It took me a small while to finally finish the anime Lord of Mysteries, and it wasn't because I didn't have enough time. It wasn't because this anime was boring or a slush to get through, and it definitely wasn't because I was busy playing Expedition 33. No, the reason why it took me a little bit of time to finally finish the anime is because looks are deceiving. Despite this being an only a 13 episode first season, each episode is between 33 or 37 minutes long. So pretty much some of them double the runtime between the typical 22 20 minutes long. So and it was a bigger runtime that I was expecting. And let me just say, I am not complaining at all because I have seen many novels and many manhwas being butchered in anime form because either because they have so much story, so much plot, so much writing, characterization, that the anime industry just simply butchered and chopped in the table in order to squeeze it into a 12, 13 episode series. And I have seen so many animes just being sacrificed because of that. Like God of High School, Tower of God, Returns Magic should be special. So many that I have seen, and if this becomes an alternative, if the anime industry is still hell bent on every anime being either 12 or 13, well, having longer runtimes is a great alternative and a great resolution. And I wish that this anime becomes a precedent for future manhwas or light novels that are going to be adapted in the futures, because I just cannot take any more of beloved franchises, beloved IP just being just desecrated for the sake of just simply squeezing it into a 12, 13 episode runtime. But let me talk about the greatness that it was Lord of Mysteries, because man, does this anime was incredible in every sense of the word. I mean, China has been cooking quite a bit this year, because first they give us 2B Hero X, now they give us Lord of Mystery. I mean, I cannot wait what they're going to give us next. They have been cooking. I mean, yeah, China has been doing anime for quite some time. This is not something new, but usually when it comes to animes made by Chinese studios, they mostly only cater to their own Chinese audience. They don't do it for a global standards with 2D animation. They usually use this plasticky type of 3D animation that sometimes it fits the story, sometimes it doesn't. To me, I did give it a chance, but I just could not get used to the that type of 3D type of animation that China has been doing for so many years. No matter how many breakthroughs we do with technology, 2D animation will still continue to be king. But let's I'm getting sidetracked. Let me just simply talk about Lord of Mystery and all of its greatness. Now, let me start with the animation. Let me just say, the animation on this anime is beautiful. The background, the lighting, the shading, the colors, every single frame of this anime could easily be like a background in your computer or your cell phone. Is that beautiful to watch. I was at awe with the not only with the visual art style, but with the landscaping, the environment, the the fighting, because you know that sometimes when it comes to the fights in anime, yes, it might visually the animation might visually looks impressive, but once they have to do fast movements when it comes to fight scenes, you can see a little bit of dip here and there. But not with this anime. No, with this anime, the level of animation was high, constant, high quality. I mean, the best way that I can explain the fight animation is poetic. It just looks so beautiful that it reminds you of a poem. Not only because obviously the beautiful cinematography, the camera. I mean, they did play a lot with the camera when it comes to the anime. You see so many different angles, wide shot, cinema. Sorry, I'm not an expert in this, but they do some wide shots. They do some first person view, third person, obviously. They play around with so many angles that makes many scenes just pop off and just being more impressive that has any right to be. But I can just continue talking more and more of just simply the animation alone. Let me now move to the story. Now, when it comes to the story, this is, let's say, technically, it is an isekai because you have our main character, Klein, who, well, he off himself. And before the main character knows it, he wakes up in the body of Klein and auto heals and revives himself. And at the same time, managed to get some peace and well, I think he got mostly all of his memories of the real Klein and decides to take up his identity at the same time finding a way to get back home. But that's not all, no, because in this world there's a group of beings called Beyonders. Now, Beyonders are a group of people that have these supernatural powers, and the way well, even though you have to watch the anime to understand that a little bit better, because I'm not going to give it justice explaining exactly what a beyonder is. The most that I can say is that a beyonder is simply a human that has he's trying to reach the level of godhood, supernatural powers. Some of them wants to become gods. Some of them wants to simply protect their friends and family. So I think that you should study up what is a Beyonder before watching the anime, because I'm not going to do it justice. Even I'm having trouble explaining exactly what a Beyonder is. But let me just say the way that you become a Beyonder is super unique, because in order to become a Beyonder you have to drink a potion, and each potion takes you to a certain path. You, like, let's say a video game where you have to choose which type of class you want to be, where it's the same thing in the anime, where you, depending on which potion or which type of beyonder you want to be, you have to choose a path. And this is something so unique, because in order to drink the after drinking the potion, in order to become stronger and reach a higher level of strength, because you start from 9 and you go down to, let's say, level 1, which is the strongest, with 9 being the weakest. In order to you become stronger, you have to digest the potion, but not simply digesting it in your stomach or something like that. No, that would be boring. No, digesting the potion spiritually. And the way that the main character discovers the acting method, which makes you digest the potion, sorry, the acting method, which you have to act the role. So let's say like role playing, if your if your potion name is seer, you have to act like a seer. If your potion name is clown, well, there's certain aspect of a clown that you have to embody. So yes, the way that you get stronger in the anime, unique in every sense of the word. I have not seen this in any other manhwa or light novel or anime. Usually, when it comes to this type of mechanic, usually it's just simply, oh, I finding a spot with many spiritual energy and just getting down and meditate. Or just simply killing off a monster and absorbing their spiritual energy. And sometimes it's not bad, but it just simply has been done in so many different medias that it's just not unique anymore. But the whole thing of drinking the potion, the acting method, everything about that unique. I have never seen that in any other anime. And let's move on to the characters. Now, some of the characters I cannot talk to you too much about them because many of them are shrouded in mystery, and it would be a disservice to me to to spoil you in any way about their characterization, how they grow throughout the episode, how some of characters that you get super attached to, some of them died. I mean, I'm not going to obviously I'm not going to tell you which leaves or which characters live by the end of the series and which died, but let me just say the voice acting on the anime superb because you feel every single emotion of the characters. I watched the anime in English dub, so I cannot about you about the Japanese uh, uh, well, not Japanese, sorry, because this is by a Chinese studio and is Chinese. I cannot talk about the Chinese voice acting, but the English voice acting was superb. I mean, feel every emotion. When there's a sad moment in a scene, you feel the pain. And even some of the times where there's not many comedic moments because this is mostly a serious anime, but even in the few comedic moments that does appear throughout the anime, they do a good way to make you laugh at the absurdity. So the anime is just great great, magnificent, poetic. I mean, I cannot give this anime enough praise from the writing, the story, the art style, the animation, the voice acting. I mean, I'm speechless and I cannot wait to see more. And before I talk about that, let me just give you my score. So it's not surprise. I have been gushing from the beginning of how much I love this anime. So this is clearly a 10 out of 10 that I just completely recommend you to watch. Yes, the first two episodes to me were a little bit confusing because from episode 1 they don't give you the entire information. They don't explain to you very well about what a beyonder is, about the potions, about the sequences, sequence 9 all the way to sequence 1, the Gray Fog. But the more you watch, the more you watch the episode, well, along the way you manage to learn more and more about the world building and about the character. Before I finish, one thing that I have to say is that there's an OVA announced to be coming soon, and for next year, there's already confirmed a season 2. And my goodness, I cannot wait. So, have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're from. See you next video.